Nikon has built a reputation not only on its optical excellence, but also on its ability to infuse character into the tools of photography. From the legendary FM and FE film bodies to the modern Z series, Nikon has consistently offered cameras that balance technical performance with an emotional, tactile shooting experience. In recent years, the company's retro-inspired ZF line has captured the imagination of photographers worldwide, proving that classic design can thrive in the digital age. Now, anticipation is mounting for Nikon's next step, the rumored Nikon ZFR. Still shrouded in speculation and leaks, the ZFR is said to push the retro ethos further than ever before, while introducing cutting-edge technology that rivals flagship mirrorless models. With whispers of a 60-megapixel full-frame sensor, ergonomic refinements, and even 8K video, the ZFR promises to be much more than a nostalgic throwback. This article takes a deep dive into the rumors, expected specifications, and possible timeline of the Nikon ZFR. Beyond simply listing features, we'll explore what this camera might represent for Nikon, how it stacks up against competitors, and why it has the potential to become one of the most significant mirrorless releases of the coming decade. A legacy of retro meets modern icons. ZF line struck a chord because it brought something unusual to the digital marketplace, an unapologetically retro aesthetic paired with modern imaging power. Photographers who grew up shooting mechanical film cameras immediately recognized the tactile beauty of physical dials, textured metal finishes, and minimalist silhouettes. Younger shooters, meanwhile, were drawn to the sense of craftsmanship and distinct personality these cameras offered, especially in an era dominated by screens and complex menus. The rumored ZFR appears set to build on this foundation, but with even higher ambitions. Instead of being a stylish companion to Nikon's mainstream mirrorless bodies, it may position itself as a flagship within the retro-inspired segment. Leaks suggest it could merge high-resolution imaging performance, refined ergonomics, and advanced video capabilities into a package that looks like it belongs on a film set in the 1970s but performs like a 21st century powerhouse. The sensor, 60 megapixels of full-frame precision. Perhaps the most tantalizing rumor surrounding the ZFR is its 60 megapixel full-frame sensor. If confirmed, this would mark a massive leap from the ZF, aligning Nikon directly with Sony's A7RV61MP and Canon's EOS R545MP. Why does this matter? Because high-resolution sensors fundamentally change the creative possibilities available to photographers. A 60MP sensor allows extensive cropping flexibility without noticeable loss of detail. This is invaluable for wildlife, sports, or even landscape photographers who may need to recompose after the fact. And match texture capture in portraits, studio work, and fine art photography. Every strand of hair, every subtle gradation of fabric, and every nuance of skin tone can be rendered with lifelike accuracy. Large format print potential, enabling billboard-sized reproductions without sacrificing clarity. The trade-offs, of course, are heavier file sizes and greater demands on storage and processing. Yet for those who prioritize fidelity and flexibility, a high-resolution sensor can elevate their work to new heights. Interestingly, one slip in rumor circulation even mentioned 16 megapixels at one point, almost certainly a typo given the broader context. The industry consensus is clear. The ZFR will almost certainly join the 60MP club. Ergonomics. Solving the ZF's weak spot. As beautiful as the Nikon ZF is, it wasn't without its flaws. Chief among them was ergonomics. The slim, elegant body looked stunning on a shelf and felt great in casual use, but many photographers found the grip lacking during extended sessions. Holding the camera with larger lenses or during all-day shoots could become uncomfortable. With the ZFR, Nikon seems intent on addressing this shortcoming. Reports suggest a redesigned grip, more substantial, more secure, but still in harmony with the retro silhouette. This improvement could transform the ZFR into a genuinely professional workhorse, where comfort meets beauty. Coupled with tactile physical dials, ISO, shutter speed, exposure compensation, the ZFR may offer a best of both worlds shooting experience, hands-on control, analog charm, and long session usability. For photographers who view their camera as both tool and companion, such changes could make all the difference. autofocus and performance. Its ZFR is unlikely to be a speed demon in the mold of the Nikon Z9 or Z8, which excel in sports and wildlife photography. Instead, it seems designed for precision rather than pace. Rumors suggest burst rate around 10 FPS, fast enough for most scenarios outside professional sports. Advanced subject tracking. Nikon will need to compete with Sony's AI-driven autofocus and Canon's superb eye detection. Expect tracking for people, animals, and possibly vehicles. Emphasis on stills quality. This camera is shaping up as a dream for landscape, portrait, studio, and fine art photographers who value detail above sheer speed. In other words, the ZFR may not capture every millisecond of a Formula One car, but it could capture the soul of a portrait subject or the majesty of a mountain range with unrivaled richness. Video capabilities, 8K in a retro body. One of the most intriguing rumors is that the ZFR could feature 8K video recording. This would align it with Nikon Z8 and Z9, and keep it competitive with the Canon EOS R5. For hybrid shooters, such an inclusion would be a game-changer. Benefits of 8000 video include future-proofing content for the next decade of display technology, creative flexibility in post-production, where footage can be cropped or stabilized without sacrificing resolution, archival value, ensuring footage remains sharp and relevant as viewing standards evolve. Of course, 8K isn't without its challenges: massive files, overheating risks, and processing demands. Still, even the option to shoot 8K alongside more practical 4K and 1080p modes would expand the ZFR's versatility, appealing to filmmakers and content creators as much as still photographers. Color science and dynamic range. Another area generating buzz is Nikon's color science. Historically, Nikon has excelled in delivering cameras with wide dynamic range and accurate, pleasing colors. If the ZFR incorporates advancements in this area, we could see enhanced tonal depth, ideal for fine art and commercial photographers, improved highlight retention, reducing blown-out skies or overexposed skin, potential for 16-bit RAW recording, something typically reserved for medium-format cameras. If Nikon can bring even part of that capability into a full-frame retro body, it could dramatically alter how professionals approach post-processing. The possibility of manipulating tones and colors with near-medium format flexibility in a compact, stylish camera would be revolutionary. Competitor landscape. At ZFR won't exist in a vacuum. Its primary rivals are Sony A7R V61MP, advanced autofocus, robust video features; Canon EOS R5 for 5MP, outstanding autofocus, 8K video; Panasonic Lumix S1R 47MP, excellent image quality, though less competitive in autofocus and video. What sets the ZFR apart is its retro aesthetic and tactile shooting philosophy. While other cameras may focus on technological dominance, Nikon's bet is on personality. It seeks to appeal to photographers who want their tool to inspire creativity through both form and function. Release time. Current speculation places the ZFR's release in late 2026 or early 2027. That may seem distant, but Nikon has a track record of patience in product development. Rather than rushing to market, the company often refines design, sensor technology, and user experience carefully. This extended timeline suggests Nikon wants the ZFR to be more than just another camera. It aims to deliver a statement product, a culmination of retro design, imaging excellence, and modern innovation. Who is the ZFR for? From what we know, the ZFR seems tailor-made for portrait photographers craving high resolution and beautiful color science, landscape photographers needing every ounce of detail in textures and tonal ranges, studio professionals who prioritize sharpness, fidelity, and color accuracy, hybrid creators, filmmakers, and photographers who want 8K video alongside top-notch stills. Aesthetic purists are those who value tactile dials, analog-inspired design, and a camera that feels like a crafted object. In short, the ZFR isn't designed to win speed wars. It's designed to win hearts to be a photographer's trusted creative partner. Conclusion: more than just a remote, Nikon ZFR, while still in the realm of leaks and speculation, is shaping up as one of the most exciting cameras in development today. By blending retro aesthetics, modern imaging power, ergonomic refinement, and potentially groundbreaking video capabilities, Nikon may create a product that redefines what a full-frame mirrorless camera can be. If executed well, the ZFR could stand out not by chasing specs alone, but by offering something rarer, a camera that's a joy to hold, to use, and to create with. It could appeal to professionals and enthusiasts alike, carving out a unique niche in a market where most cameras feel interchangeable. Whether it ultimately launches in 2026 or 2027, the Nikon ZFR represents a vision, a marriage of nostalgia and innovation, craftsmanship and technology. And if Nikon delivers on that promise, the ZFR might just become one of the defining cameras of its era.